I'm live. So, at this point, I'm sure everybody's heard the news about Ozzy. You know, it's the older you get. I mean, and this is nothing new, but the older you get, the more you lose your heroes, your musical heroes, and the people that you grew up with that originally got you into music. And for me, Ozzy, and this has a lot to do with when I got into music and my age and so on. But for me, Ozzy, my first exposure to Ozzy was the solo stuff because I'm a latecomer to Sabbath, right? Sabbath for me started with Mob Rules, and of course around that time is when Ozzy did the Diary or the Blizzard of Oz, and then the Diary records. And man, the world of music at that time, with those albums coming out on the heels of each other, is probably um, the best year or two of music that I can remember. That whole sort of early to mid 80s when all the really good stuff was coming out. Hey Kevin, how are you? Yeah. You know, I mean, like you grew up with this guy. This guy was like bulletproof, man. Nothing could kill this guy. The accidents that he had, the surgeries. I mean, it's no secret the issues he's had with drugs and alcohol. I mean, this guy was to me like another Keith Richards. Just seemed to live through everything and just persevere and whatever. But what a shock! It's a shock. The guy's an institution. It's I mean, what's the world going to be like without Ozzy? It's just, and I mean, the one thing, if you're going to be grateful for, is that he was able to do that last event with Sabbath and closing out, the Sabbath career and Ozzy's career for that matter. So thank God he got to see that and got to do that. But Papa Blue, glad you seen Ozzy in the early 80s. Did you say Oprah? Oprah passed away today? That I haven't heard. Got some new names in here. Elkin, a name I can't read. Randy's why I have an 83 Gibson Les Paul custom pearl. Yeah. Like, for him to come out, like, I mean, let's face it, right? He's put out a bunch of records, but what's the two albums that everybody talks about? Are those first two, right? Blizzard and Diary, the Randy Rhoads records. I mean, I'll throw Bark at the Moon in there too because I love Jakey as well. Ultimate Sin is okay, but those first three records, were just, I mean, what a way to launch a solo career. And I mean, look at all the stuff he's done. I mean, the whole Ozfest thing. I never saw Ozzy solo, but I did see Sabbath on the End tour, if you remember that, which would have been at this point, I don't know, 10 years ago. And already, even then he was kind of frail and stuff, right? I wasn't obviously jumping around, and I think he had a teleprompter. But, it's just, man, when your heroes go, like Ozzy's, that's a big one. Hey, Mitch. Randy's why, okay, I saw that. Andrea, welcome. Simon, how are you? Yeah, it's a sad day. Sabbath reunion shirt today. Okay, so let me just take care of this here. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Play some Ozzy. Play some Ozzy. Enjoy some music. And I don't want to be on here too long. But if anybody wants to mention some Ozzy experiences, again, I just saw him the one time. Was in the end tour. But it's just one of those things, man. The older we get, it's just our heroes are gone, and it's a miracle that he lived as long as he did, honestly, because of all the health shit and stuff he'd done to himself. But it's still a sad day. It's a sad day. Hey, Cushman, how are you? The second gig you ever went to in '73. Hey, there's Q. How are you? Oh, sorry to hear that, Papa Blue. That's terrible, man. My condolences, man. That is terrible. You saw Ozzy with Randy twice. That's amazing. Yeah, I never saw Ozzy solo. I guess for whatever reason, I never saw Ozzy solo. Terry's been a fan for over 50 years. Yeah, yeah. It's like, so I was saying earlier, like, with Ozzy for me, when I got into Ozzy, it was Ozzy solo. It was those first two Randy records. And then I went back, and then obviously, I've listened to the Ozzy Sabbath stuff. And of course, there's a lot of really good stuff there as well. But yeah, it's rough, man. It's rough. I mean, Ozzy is one of these generational, been around for so long. I mean, the only other people I could think about, that are in that sort of class or category would be like an Alice Cooper. Hey, Sandra. You know, that has been around that long and is, kind of you grew up with. I mean, the guys in Kiss, Alice Cooper, the Aerosmith. I mean, and all of those bands and all of those folks are all shit, man. They're in their 70s. Rod Stewart's playing downtown today. He's 80 years old. So it's the next few years are gonna be rough, folks. We're gonna be losing a lot of heroes in the next few years. You know. But there you go. As a 15-year-old parallel, it's one of the first songs. Yeah, one of the first songs I learned on guitar too, Mitch. Hey, Michael. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of videos about Ozzy in the next few days, um, and rightly so. Yeah, Ted Nugent. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, Rodolfo the Scorpions. I mean, you go on and on, right? They're all up there. They're all up there. You know. Scott, welcome. Yeah, yeah, they're all up there. Yeah, sad day, folks. Yeah, just love Ozzy. The same music they'll provide. Yeah, play some Ozzy. Man, I'm gonna go back and listen to those first two records again. Yeah, Keith Richards. I thought Ozzy was like Keith. Hey, Joe, sad day. Saw him on No Rest for the Wicked original song. Oh, cool, Joe. Yeah, I was just saying that. Ozzy for me was almost like another Keith Richards. The guy just took a lot of abuse and just kept going. You know, Ozzy's with Randy. That's that's true, Cushman. To meet Zach, never got to meet Ozzy. Prince of Darkness, yeah. Zach on guitar in 2008 was amazing. He sounded great. He was beginning to look like an old man up there. Rob Zombie opened. Rest in peace, Ozzy. Hey, Gary. Jay Gears, welcome. Holly, welcome. Yeah. Well, when I saw him on the Black Sabbath End tour, he was, they said he had a cold and whatever, and he was singing out of key most of the night. And but at that shit, I mean, he would have already been probably 70 at that point. I'm not sure how long ago that tour was, but it was a while back. Medically assisted suicide. Oh wow, that's a theory, Pete. I got a feeling. I don't think that would they would have gone for that, but I don't know. Simon and you were comparing scars. Oh, like okay, surgery scars. I imagine. Yeah, it's just a few weeks ago, all of Birmingham was all celebratory and all this, and then it's going to be a big deal, man. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of tributes to Ozzy coming. He touched a lot of people, and he got a lot of people go. I mean, proof of that was just not even 2 weeks ago, right? It wasn't 2 weeks ago. You know, they saying rest in peace. Lineup in 1999. So grateful. That's cool, Gary. Get ready for our artist dying. Yeah, I just mentioned that. Yeah, yeah. It's all gonna be. Got to play with Ozzy one last time. Yeah. It was funny though. I heard, I don't know, somebody saying something about, after seeing Ozzy sing, saying something about, um, you know, he didn't sound bad. Maybe they could do one more record. And I don't know if anybody heard that rumor, but I heard it. Sounds similar to when one spouse dies, the other. Oh, could be, Kevin. Yeah. Black Sabbath in 73. Wow. That's why you're the professor, Simon. You've seen it all, brother. You're in the right time period in the right place. Jared, favorite Ozzy song? That's a good one. It would have to be something probably off a diary. Um, Maybe diary itself. Maybe. The misnomer. Supernaut. Yeah, if you go back, okay, if you include the Sabbath stuff, Hole in the Sky, I love that song. Supernaut, Snowblind, NIB, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. There's a lot of good songs. Into the Void. Yeah, yeah. I was just listening to the first Sabbath record like yesterday or the day before. The title cut, Black Sabbath, Iron Man, War Pigs, goes on and on. Snowblind, yeah. Lord of this World, yeah. Yeah. A lot of good songs, man. A lot of good songs. Never Say Die, that's a good one, Kush. Gets Me Through. Fairies Wear Boots. Welcome Scott. Did he try not to affect Ozzy? He was just Ozzy. So many bangers. Exactly, William. Yeah, well, Killer of Giants. Guitared it. Welcome. Yeah, you know, I mean, Ozzy did get all glammy there, you know, in the 80s. He was wearing those flashy costumes. But musically, no, man, he was solid. He was solid. He didn't go pop. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of these artists go pop at some point. We'll be doing a show about that soon. But Ozzy never went pop, you know. He never went the heart route, you know, or the journey route, or the, I don't know, these bands that started putting out pop records. He never did that. No More Tears, that's a good one. Hey, Bent Tom. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I just wanted to come on here and just talk a little bit about Ozzy. I mean, it's funny because the last time I did this live, this is only my second time going live like this on the phone. The last time I was talking about the Back to the Beginning show, and shit, not even 2 weeks later, now we're talking about Ozzy passing. It's crazy. Over the Mountain is a great song. Yeah. Perry Mason, Jared, that's good. Believer, that's a great song, Chris. Yes. Yeah. National Acrobat, Jay Gears. Yeah, it's a sad day. Uh, Majudim, if I'm saying that right, it's a sad day. Can't Kill Rock and Roll. Rock and Roll Rebel, you know. Ultimate Sin is a good song. Coming Home, yeah. Little Dolls, that's another good one. Yeah, those are deep cuts. Flying High Again, Chris, is great. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, go listen to some Ozzy. Whatever your favorite period is, whenever you got into them. Not expected, more the timing. Yeah. Bark at the Moon. I'd love that song. That solo is like fucking insane. And that Nuno was able to pull that off is just another testament to how great Nuno is. Back on Earth. Welcome, Scott. Hey, Lefty Mike. Haven't seen you in a while, man. Hope everything's good. This one hurts a lot. Sabbath and Ozzy got me through some hard times. Yeah, Joseph. I mean, I remember having Ozzy, or the Diary record specifically, on my Walkman, taking the subway to school and just cranking the shit out of it. I'm sure everybody in that train could hear the songs as well as I could. Yeah, and I grew up on that shit, man. Yeah, I'll go listen. Yeah, Blindsided. Yeah, it's Waiting for Darkness. Ben Tom Nino was the MVP, 100%, 100%. Having a drink here to Ozzy. Hey, Guitar Man 45, how are you? Yeah, just talking about Ozzy, man. It's a big loss. If you're in a hard rock or heavy metal, man, this guy was like one of the cornerstones. You know, I grew up listening to this guy. As a Brummy, Ozzy's an icon. Drink up, man. Yeah. Oh, he's an icon worldwide, dude. I mean, this is gonna be shit. You know, it's gonna be huge. This is gonna be. I mean, it's already all over the news. There's going to be a shit ton of coverage. Well deserved, too. I'm not saying it is a bad thing. I mean, this guy's a fucking institution. You know. D-Dog, welcome. Now seeing Sabbath first time at 78. Van Halen open. Oh, wow, that would have been cool. Yeah, there's some video of that Van Halen fucking on fire opening for those guys. XM Ozzy's Boneyard doing a wonderful tribute. Oh, that's good. That's cool, Mr. Music. Comparatively young, too, yeah. I was just mentioning, like, Rod Stewart is playing downtown today. He's 80 years old. you know. But I think he probably took a little bit better care of himself than Ozzy has over the years, you know. But we'll see. We'll see. You know. Yeah. It's very sad. Sad day, man. But like, you know, somebody mentioned and I mentioned already, this is gonna be one of many, unfortunately, because all our heroes are now in their 70s and 80s, right? Yeah. Waiting for Rob Halford's statement. Yeah. Huh. Rob Halford, there's another one, right? Judas Priest. Again, all our favorite bands, right? You know, here's another one. Ozzy was ill. Yeah, Russ. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was related to Parkinson's. I don't know enough about Parkinson's, but you saw Ozzy with Randy. That's awesome, Guitar Man 45. Yeah, it was a little bit, yeah. Tony recorded 2 songs with Ozzy on his most recent albums. Yeah, actually, the last track on the Ozzy record with Tony was really good. Tony can still crank out riffs, man. He even did a song for his cologne, an instrumental. That was fucking amazing. Tony is still the man. Yeah. You can go for years if you're lucky, yeah. Yeah, you take care of yourself. You can, yeah. All right, folks. I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about Ozzy, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of coverage in the next few days. Well deserved. The guy was an icon. You know, sad that he's gone. You know, rest in peace, Ozzy. Um, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, thanks, GTU. Yeah, we're doing a show this week on Thursday at 8 p.m. And it wasn't going to be, I'm sure we'll be talking Ozzy on the show. There is actually a little bit of Black Sabbath that we're going to be discussing in the show, but that's probably going to turn into a bit of an Ozzy discussion. But there you go. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Righty. Thanks, Guitar Man 45. Are there any shows tonight? I don't know. But I'll be on Thursday. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Guys, have a great rest of your day. Go put on some Ozzy, man, and just, you know, rest in peace. Take care.